I'm here to sue you.
Okay.
Well, I'm here to sue the market.
My market? Terrible news. Who cheated you?
A sign in your store.
You were cheated by paper? That's a sticky wicket.
That's a British saying.
And I'm a computer voice created by an American. So who gives a damn? Please explain your complaint. I don't understand.
Excellent.
Pardon?
Never mind. Your store violated securities laws.
I do not understand.
Excellent. You see, you had a sign in your store claiming that there would be a sale tomorrow.
Tomorrow is intraday?
Yes, the sign was up yesterday. Try to stay with me, please. Actually, don't. Just nod.
Right, Governor.
British again. I was in your store yesterday and I was looking to make a substantial investment.
Okay.
No more questions. I was in your store and I was going to purchase 1 million potatoes.
1 million potatoes?
That's a question. I was going to buy 1 million potatoes at 10 cents each. This is the price you had posted.
Yes, but...
No buts. Potatoes. I was going to buy $100,000 worth of potatoes. That is, until I was defrauded.
By our sign.
Yes, try to keep up. Your sign said sale tomorrow. Naturally, I was led to believe the price of potatoes would be cheaper the next day. And so I waited.
You had inside information.
What? No. You don't understand securities law. It's very complex. Shut up. My aggressive demeanor and mastery of obscure regulations shows you that I am smart and not at all insecure.
You must be a lawyer.
I was. But your sign was deliberately placed there to keep people from buying potatoes.
That seems reasonable.
You understand?
When I said reasonable, I was being sarcastic, but it doesn't come across with a digital voice.
Stop that. I am a securities law professor.
The injustice is clear now.
Sarcasm again?
No. Your students. You can be nothing but detrimental to them.
Especially if they are foreign. I make fun of them. I would have bought 1 million potatoes yesterday and sold them today for 20 cents a piece had it not been for your sign. Your store owes me.
Your lost profits.
Yes. You see, under securities law I am entitled to believe what I am told by a corporation.
This is actually a co-op.
Yes, co-op. Cooperation. Corporation. Stop interrupting. You are in a lot of hot water. The fact that your potatoes were being sold for 10 cents yesterday and 20 cents today can only be because of your fraudulent sign. You committed fraud on the market.
Fraud on which market? Our market?
No. I mean, yes. Just let me finish. I was going to buy the potatoes at 10 cents each. Then I was going to resell them to the market at 20 cents apiece.
My market?
Probably. But let me finish. You see, the efficient market hypothesis proves with science too advanced for you to understand that all information is incorporated by the market price of a security. Because of this, I can show that the change in the price of potatoes was caused by your fraudulent sign.
But wouldn't a sign supposedly promising low future prices cause the price of potatoes to go down on that expectation?
Aha! I knew there was informational asymmetry. The only explanation is that there were some people that knew the sign was not to be believed and bought up potato after potato until the price reached 20.
You were duped.
I was.
But doesn't the asymmetry destroy your market causation theory?
What? No. Because I owned 5 potatoes and was induced to sell them for 50 cents to my grandmother.
Because of the sign.
Because of the sign I have 50 cents where I could have had $100,000.
Let me get this straight. You were an owner of potatoes that was induced to sell those potatoes by a sign in a grocery store. If the sign had not been there, you would have added to your potato collections by 1 million potatoes. After that, you were planning on selling those potatoes for double the price that you paid for them.
Right, and the current market price means I was deprived of profits.
The price in my market?
Yes.
Well, I'm just a simple entrepreneur. But your claims are questionable.
Bullshit. I am a professor of securities law.
Then I will try to talk slowly. But again, this is a computer voice. Prices are historical records. Nothing more. For a price to be determined, there must be both a buyer and a seller involved. If there is a rise in the price of potatoes subsequent to some sort of misleading information,
the market has been defrauded.
Markets cannot be defrauded, Professor. Only people are defrauded. In order to prove that you suffered damages by rising prices, you have to link the rise in price with the misleading statement. Further, you need to say those rising prices could not have been caused by anything but the misleading sale sign being revealed to the market as false.
Yes, this is the underlying theory of causation for securities fraud claims. Everyone was duped by the sign, and then when they found it was false, they bought potatoes and drove up the price.
But your grandmother bought your potatoes for 10 cents.
She hadn't seen the sign though.
Exactly. And I presume she is not an insider. Rather, this demonstrates that information is never universally available. It can never, on its own, cause rising or falling prices. There must always be a counterparty in the transaction. We cannot know what he has heard or anything else about him. All we know is his subjective value of the product at the time of the transaction.
This is insane. You're saying the market doesn't react to information. That's nonsense.
Markets do not react. Only people react and act. Like when I put up that sign 3 days ago.
You did it. You admit it. You were so sued. $100,000.
But there was no fraud. The sign said sale tomorrow. That's all it said. Everything we have is always on sale.
But that's misleading. You're just switching the term sale.
No. All of our products are always sold at 50% off of the trading price of the product. We adjust it daily based on our observations of price transactions at other markets.
The market price?
No. The price at other markets. They are based on the subjective values of the buyer and the seller at that particular time and place. The prices move all of the time, so we estimate and sell at half the trading price.
Oh. But there are multiple potato markets. In securities law, I can rely on the fact that there is one market and one single market price. This price is always efficient and incorporates all public information.
You are confused because we are talking about potatoes instead of stock in Microsoft. You are also misunderstanding markets again. The stock market is actually composed of millions of potential buyers and sellers.
Millions of markets. But securities are not potatoes.
No shit. But they are not vastly different in an economic sense.
Market prices are in fact poor forms of causation and damages evidence. Yet this is what we use.
It helps create confidence in the markets.
That's good. At least professional confidence men are in charge.
People getting MF'd is for another video. Let me get rid of this guy first. Loser says what?
What?
Bastard. The United States government has been attempting to regulate what corporate officers can say and cannot say for almost 100 years. If they do something wrong,
they are in trouble.
No.
You can sue the person who you transacted with under the false pretenses created by the misstatement.
That would make some sense, but logic does not belong here. We are dealing with the federal government. You are allowed to sue the corporation.
So it's shareholders suing? Shareholders. Who benefits from that?
Lawyers.
So let me understand this. If a class of shareholders sues a company for failing to disclose important information, thereby inducing them to hold or buy shares in that company only to see the price collapse when the information comes available, they can sue as a class.
Yes.
Their damages and causation claim is based on the fall in the market price.
Yes.
And they are actually suing the current shareholders, which includes themselves.
Yes, but aren't you the professor? Why are you asking me?
Because I don't truly understand what I teach. I just write obscure articles that no one understands, reads, or cares about.
You are also a potato speculator.
I have my reasons. They are my friends. I am awkward.
Right. I have to go.
Wait. Back to the subject at hand. If former shareholders sue after misleading information lead them to sell and the price went up, they would be suing the beneficiaries to the fraud. That at least makes some sense, right?
Perhaps, but the idea that the fraud was the cause of their sale is contradicted by the buyers they subsequently found, otherwise known as superior prognosticators.
So, I shouldn't be able to sue you over the rising price of potatoes in your market. It's not just illogical.
Correct.
But why on earth do you sell your potatoes at a discount?
I don't.
But you just said.
I bought 10 million potatoes 2 weeks ago for 1 cent a potato. I need to liquidate them. I started selling them at 10 cents a piece. People snatched them up and prices rose everywhere.
Other markets were affected by you instead of the other way around.
Perhaps. But eventually they started raising their prices, so I did as well.
To 20 cents.
For now.
So if I had bought 1 million potatoes from you, you would not have bought them back at 20 cents.
There is no way for me to know whether I would or would not have, but probably not.
I have no causation or damages that I can prove. We should listen to entrepreneurs like yourself. You are the wisest among us.
Talk to your grandmother. She bought your potatoes at 10. And she's selling me back 1 million she bought from me at 5.